Hello, welcome back to another episode of Kerbin Space Program. Now, since this will probably be the last episode this year, or at least before the holidays, to all of you who don't stay till the end of the episode, have a couple of happy holidays. For all of the rest, let's get on with the missions we were doing. Propos missions, I picked up a contract to perform a mystery goo observation, docked on Minmus station and return it to Kerbin, which yields 116 science, so that's not too bad overall for flying to Minmus and coming back, especially since we can always pick up some tourists, which I also did pick up. So we will quickly launch those before launching the Kerbin station, which was the original plan for this session. As you see, this still has 1.5 hours to roll out anyway, so let's just put in this launch. Let's see, launch of a couple tourists, go to Minmus with them, and I will probably finish this then off camera, but just so you know what's happening. So let's go. I think we always have one of these regular Moon tourist shuttles rolled out on the pad. Let's see, target Minmus, and we probably have to wait a little. Okay, launch to rendezvous. 84 kilometers is okay, everything else looks okay. 1 hour 13 minutes, excellent. So just before the scheduled rollout of the Kerbin station. Now we are currently on Baker, so let's roll out the next one there. We can close that. Age autopilot. No, wait, not abort. Launch into plane of target, 2 hours 40. Oh well. No problem, we will just launch the station afterwards. Ascent path looks okay. Let's go. Actually, what we need to do is also activate some staging here until number 2. Yeah. Oh, this had a burn now. Oh well, we will do that later. I should have checked the alarm clock beforehand. Oh well, we will see what whether we need to do any changes there. We'll probably intercept another debris object for the time being. Oh, let's check. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, everything looks normal here. And I choose Agavin because she already has a couple missions on her belt. I think 5, yes, so she is a reliable pilot to take a couple tourists out there. Now I should probably rename this a little bit. So this is a Minmus tourist bus goo ops. Observations, just so I remember to take care of these things. Okay, no action groups on this, but that's fine. Let's see, fairings still have to wait a little bit. Let's get rid of the fairings. And that's a perfectly standard vessel. We've been launching these a lot, so I'll not go into too many details here. Let's get to orbit, please. Okay. So quick look. We'll probably have to take a lap. We'll see. Recovery of the first stage as always. Good enough. Made a note. But since 7 minutes, that's not too bad. Then let's quickly fix this. Okay. Oh, okay, now better. I don't think that's fixable. Okay, yeah. We will have to do a mid-course correction. That's not a problem. Cute move. That's the second stage, burning up as always. Let's have a look. Probably going to overburn a little less. Oh, I'll try to terminate it in time. Oh, not too bad. Okay. So let's say we will do mid-course correction. Let's say just wherever. That will have to go down a little. Oh, almost perfect. We want to target the station. Target the station, please. That's too low. Okay, and a little bit, let's see, a little bit out. Just trying to align the periapsis and the ascending node here. I guess that's good enough. That's what we will do. That's also pretty much on the right on the orbit. 7.5. Well, anyway, that's good enough. So that will be the mid-course correction there. And now let's have a look at the scan set. It was probably just telling me to radio in the data. And of course we have no connection. Why do we? Oh, we do have a connection, okay. Let's have a look. What does the map say? Incomplete. Huh. Okay. Analyze data, let's see. Yeah, that's not complete. Let's keep this. So maybe we need to adjust the orbit. Or we will just let it run for a little longer. Well, I guess over here it looks like it will continue scanning, so we will just let it run for a little while. And let's say add another reminder in 5 days. And remove this one. So we will look at this again. Now, guess this one. I probably have a note regarding this. No, I don't. So it says rename Kerbin orbit Kessler cleanup. Well, that's pretty much. Take out the node thing first. So remove that. Moment transfer is in again in a day. Yeah, why not? And why does it say rename? Maybe I will just, yeah. Kessler cleanup check or debris Kerbin debris collector. What's that? I know, very creative, but okay. Got a new reminder there, and apart from that, the ship still looks pretty good. Everything is in good shape, and let's see. So let's go back to the Space Center and finally launch the Kerbin Orbit Space Station, for which I do not have a crew yet, so we will just launch it unmanned, uncrewed for the moment, and maybe send a crew later. Hopefully it's actually able to launch uncrewed, but it should be. Let's quickly check. Would be kind of an expensive surprise if the station cannot launch uncrewed. Okay, this should be the vessel in question, right? Kerbin Station Core, yes, that's the one. So let's get rid of bearings. Okay, we do have an antenna here. So this part can launch, and this part has another antenna here. Okay, so all of this can launch uncrewed perfectly well. That's safe. Well then, clear all, launch. I would like to check the launch parameters, whether we have to go a little steeper, checking TWR. Let's see. passengers, thank you. Okay, so TWR off the pad looks good. We can stay with 55 degree, yeah, that's okay. Now the next thing is deciding on the altitude we want to go to, and let's see, the Kerbin tank station is at 103. What's this? That is the... where's that prototype? Okay. So maybe, let's see, maybe we'll go to... 150. Yeah, 150 is okay. And sorry about the outside noise, although it's in the evening, there's still some bloke with his motorcycle. Else? Oh yeah, let's check staging just in case. We will activate until stage 2. Autopilot's engaged. Let's go. Very long fairing here. I hope that's not going to cause any problems, because the center of mass is pretty far down actually, so that's not ideal, but we will see. That's also the reason why I'm not using time acceleration on this launch, just to be sure that we are not running into any instabilities. Or at least reduce the chance of rounding issues in the calculations. It's going a little steeper than intended because of the angle of attack limits. And again, part of that may be due to the way the weight is distributed. Let's see. Next stage starts off with the TWR of over 2, so that's also excellent. Yep, very steep. We've been more aggressive on the gravity turn there. Boost the stage separation. That will hopefully be recovered, and not sure whether we even launched with the skipper before, did we? At least it's an engine effect that we don't get to see very often. Looks great. And I totally forgot to separate the fairings. Oh well, never mind. But we do have our station core here, which will hopefully serve for quite some time. We will need to attach a construction thingy, something to use the what's the name? Or extra planetary launch pads, the mod we added to clean up the debris. Obviously we want to use those resources, although as you can see there is no storage for them on this station yet, but we can dock modules, and using the construction ports we can hard dock them, so that should be good. Also, maybe for the time being I will retract those panels again, we don't need them, and just in case something bad happens. Well, hello MacJab, why... Well, I don't want to disable this, but actually we can do it like this. Execute next node. Can we retract the panels now? Yes, looks like it. Okay. These will be perfectly sufficient to power the station unless we do sciencey stuff. Maybe time warp a little bit. Also, this upper stage has its own solar panels because it is designed to re-enter. It even has a parachute. So we will see about landing that back at the space center. It should have enough delta V. Okay, that's the 150 kilometer orbit. Now let's see, did I add... I didn't add RCS to this stage, so we will have to orient before coupling maybe. Well, it does have a little bit of a... oh no, it has a gyroscope here. Reaction wheels, so that even without RCS we can rotate back. But let's see. First of all, this needs to become a station to fulfill the contract. There we have the recovery of the first stage, and now what else do we need for this contract? We did have a contract to launch the station, right? Active. Build a new orbital station. Facility. Oh yes, we need to dock the first crew turret, because right now we can only support 3 Kerbals or thereabouts, or maybe 4. Okay, so we still need to dock a crew there. That's alright. I wanted to bring a crew anyway. Let's double check. We have a crew capacity of 3 at the moment. The cupola does not count. Okay. Well, let's swap to roughly where we want to deorbit and then decouple up there to bring back the second stage. Or actually, was it the second one? Yeah, it's the second stage. 2-stage launcher. Let's see. Let's turn this normal, I guess. Also, maybe we could actually fix the inclination right now. Inclination. How far are we from the ascending, descending node? Far away from both. Our actual inclination is 0.03. It did fix itself. That's interesting. I'll have to watch the footage myself. Anyway, since we do not... Yeah, we don't need to realign a lot, so let's take this a tiny bit. Just to get out of the way. Okay, a little bit wobbly here. station. This is the stage. Right, so station. You have RCS. Pull away a little bit. I really don't know why it extends the panels. But the station is away. And put this back to retrograde. Let's see. Still hitting a little bit. So let's go a little bit downwards. Okay, that's enough. Now let's see. Probably we should burn now, and let's watch the prediction. We're aiming for that sounds okay to me. Also, let's arm the parachutes. Go back to regular SAS. Let's see how well we do. Aerodynamics are always different, so it's really no use the prediction here, but I will turn to retrograde once we atmosphere, just in case. I'll go back to SAS. We have no way of steering, so probably just let this come in ballistically. See what happens. One thing we can do is use a little retro burn. We still have 900 meters per second, so plenty of margin for that. As soon as we know whether the prediction is correct or not. But considering it's running away, let's do a little retro burn. Also trying to deflect a little bit south. Aiming for the 58 mark, or maybe actually a little farther. Okay, 0. Okay. And that was the parachutes, or at least one of them. Why was this set to deploy so high? The other one, well, we will see. Okay. We will not come down on the runway. Yeah, overshooting considerably. Oh well, But still, we will be reasonably close to the space center, so we got a little bit more money back. 30 kilometers now, I'll probably end up being 50 or so, but that's okay. Also, the parachute will snap probably. Okay, that was our best chance. Let's see what... looks like we may have slowed down just in time to allow this parachute to open successfully. Okay. Of course, it's not ideal to ditch the engine into the drink. Would rather want this the other way around, but that's not going to happen with such a simple design without any flotation devices. Anyway, I think we may be recovering this. We also could have just done the retro burn and let stage recovery try to recover this, although then I'm not sure. The computations are sometimes off. Computations regarding the actual splashdown location are sometimes off. Let's see how close we got. "36 kilometers, that's not too bad." Which means most of this will probably go into our inventory. Okay, let's also take a save. And let's see, we need a crew there, so maybe we should send a crew up. The biome scan is still ongoing. Well, let's have a quick look. Take the crew of Moon Station, not again. So, who will be the first crew on the Kerbin station? Let's see, scientist Elsky, maybe? Elsky sounds like a good candidate, and of course we could send up Bob. Actually, that's the first crew. Let's send the orange seats up. That's what we will do. Or maybe, let's see, who else? Elsky would be a candidate. Dieter's not. We don't actually need a pilot, right? Oh, well, maybe. Elsky and Kirk. And what about Elidas? So let's see, Elsky has 4 missions, Elidas has 3 missions, Kirk has 2 missions. Also have Deeble, but she needs some training still. I'm still tempted to send the orange suits. Because really we don't need a big scientist up there. Yeah, so let's get them out of the way. How's our... Actually, we could also use one of these. Let's have a quick look. Yep, that should be perfectly sufficient if the delta V is sufficient. Yeah, it should be okay. So we will use one of the these ones. Because we definitely don't need the full Mun and Minmus capable rocket here. Okay, so all of these are still reconditioning. How long? Charlie 2 hours. Baker almost a day. Well, I hate to use alpha, but that's just ridiculous. Jeb, Bill and Bob. Perfectly automatically filled. Let's go. Let's see, where's the station? Here. Set guidance, we want to go to 150. I'd also like to pre-arm the stages. Let's see, that's launch, that's second stage, fairings, go until here, arm all of this. And now we wait a little bit until our distance is a more reasonable number. Let's say we launch at 3:30, yeah, 3:30, and then we will see. Profile looks good. And let's go. Maybe a little late, but it's better to launch a little late than too early. That way we can just have the upper apsis at 150 and periapsis a little lower. So we catch up that way. Otherwise we would need to raise upper apsis higher, and that's just costs extra fuel. We haven't launched one of these in ages. And I'm pretty sure our newer designs are well more cost efficient because of the recovery of the booster stage. But we shall see. Let's keep this going. Oh yeah. This really has a low TWR at the beginning of the stage. Let's have a look at the path. Well, we are pretty much straight down. Coming up on fairing separation, manual as always. Oh, this will be annoying. Because we don't get the... we should have launched a little bit steeper because of the low TWR of the second stage. As it looks now, we will be having our apoapsis right on the opposite side. So this will be running away for a while. Is right about there, and we will have to play with these nodes before autopilot executes the circularization maneuver. First stage destroyed, second stage will be destroyed soon. Let's get out of the atmosphere. I have no idea why this went so far off course. So let's see. Target position, our position at... Don't tell me we are ahead. We are ahead. That's not ideal. Ignore all of this. Bring this a little up. Let's say 5 meters. And this should bring our apoapsis, 5 kilometers above the station. Well, let's see, can we do this in one orbit? This ascending node there. So at least our inclination is fixed. Highlight this, please. Okay. Didn't I just highlight this? Come on. So many lines. Let's switch off some lines. A lot, but well, that's looking better. 0.4 kilometers, I guess that's as good as we will get it at this burn. Well, should be okay. Bring this back, execute. And with that we will have docking at the next orbit. After one orbit, that's still reasonable. Just checking that there's no inventory, okay. Yeah, it's a really old one still with the old batteries and everything. But at least they should have supplies for a little while. Well, a week. Okay. Now let's fine tune closest approach to 30 meters. Create node. Execute, that's in about 3/4 of an orbit, I would guess. Yes. Okay, ScanSat, our spy station, has done its job. We will check with that after docking. A 16 meter burn rate, so let's adjust this by 0.4 is okay. Maybe one more, 0.5 seconds. Execute and go. And I was hoping for a daytime docking. Guess it's not to be. Okay, we will not need that anymore, so for safety we shut down. And now let's select the docking port. Yes, we will just go to the back side here. And let's also rotate this to make it a little easier. Okay. Pointing straight down now, which should hopefully make it reasonably easy. Set as target. Can now point normal and we should be pretty well aligned. Let's have a look. That's close enough. And on fine control, rotate a little bit. That's the wrong way. This way. Turn on RCS and let's go. We should be coming in right straight. Yes, we did. Okay. So now we should have a crew capacity of over 5. We have a lab, so the contract should give us maximum payout, hopefully. But a new... Well, I guess it already did. Let's see. Contract complete, build new orbital station around Kerbin. let's have the crew transfer to the station before we end the episode. Bob, well, let's say we can do it from down here. Transfer Bob. Transfer. Oh, it's hiding. Okay, Bob, you go to the lab. And Bill can go to this, also to the lab. And we'll have Jab stay in this crew module here. And we will also activate the greenhouse, I guess. Which one is it? I always forget greenhouse or aquaponics. I'll have to check that down in the VAB. So let's see, we can also pull in these panels just so they don't block anything. Let's have a quick look in the VAB whether which of the module modes we want to activate. And I guess it's going to be a little bit long episode, but considering it's the last one for the year, it should be fine. Actually, let's go straight to this and which one is it? This one? Okay, aquaponics uses mulch and fertilizer, and greenhouse does not use fertilizer, so we want the one with fertilizer. Right. Yeah. We brought up fertilizer, so let's use the fertilizer one. Maybe bring it into the sunlight. Okay. We can also start shifting around the resources on the station, because if you remember during launch we had an externally mounted... Oh, do we actually have a screwdriver? Huh, let's see. We have an externally mounted supply pack somewhere for balance reasons during launch, right? Yeah, here. And this needs to move in, so. Greenhouse, right? Nope. Aquaponics, that's better. Show me the time. Yeah, it's using fertilizer now. Good. That's the one I wanted. And you can even run the habitat. And maybe even expand all of the panels now. Although ideally we would rotate the station. Yeah, let's rotate the station. Oh, that's a little jittery. Let's turn off the reaction wheels here. Where is it? Toggle torque. It should be, well. Well. Let's fix that? Do these panels get energy? No, they do not, because they are blocked by the small ones. We track the small panels. And also blocked by procedural service tank. Which one? Okay. In that case, we can bring these back out. And we just rotate the station like this. Now they should no longer be blocked. Surface, surface, right? Well, whatever. Full exposure, getting a lot of energy there. Usually we would, well, in real life would have to worry about heating now, but reconditioning, yeah, I don't care. Let's have a quick look at the prediction here. We have supplies for 46 days only. Can I stop the greenhouse? Yeah, let's see. Greenhouse inactive, okay. Aquaponics should still be active, yes. So this thing says we have supplies for 400 days. Why? In any case, we will set an alarm for in about 30 days. And also, let's rename this. Where can I rename it? It should have... rename Kerbin Station 1. Accept. Now we will set an alarm for 30 days. And then we will check back with the orange suits, how they are doing up here. So let's also see, did I bring a screwdriver? Yes, I did, okay. So we can transfer these resources around from here to procedural service tank. This one, right? Yes. So I want to bring this back. Kerbin, it's not necessary up here, it was only during launch. For the minor weight imbalance between the two modules there. Okay, this can be locked, no more putting stuff into there. We will hide this again. And let's see. It's probably easier if we transfer Bill to the capsule for a moment. Okay. Then we will EVA Bill. You should be able to access the inventory from here, yes. That's too far, that's not great. Well, we will see. You have to be very careful with the solar panels around here. Okay, bring this in here. Now back off. Turn on the lights so we see where exactly we are. Okay, and board. And now Now please put back the screwdriver where we took it from. And when we return, we have to remember to bring this, but that should be okay. For the time being, Bill can go back to the lab. And this has all the supplies, that's good. Oh, we are probably above the capacity, okay. Let's see. Anyway, should be okay. Let's have a quick look towards our space station before ending the episode. This one. Switch to. Maybe we can radio in some science. Show me the big map. What is with these? Okay, so we do not have full multi-coverage yet. But it will continue scanning, so that's okay. If we check the instrument... Oh, this doesn't allow to return science. That's interesting. We may have to send a regular biome scanner after all, just to get the science points. But this we can just send to orbit anywhere in Kerbin on a random launch and then pick up the science. Let me take a note of that. Scanner. Science. Okay, note taken, and with that may have hit the hour mark. I'll have to check, but anyway, as I said, it's probably going to be the last episode, definitely before the holidays and probably for this year. So I wish you all a some happy holidays, Merry Christmas if you are so inclined, and if we don't see each other before the new year again, also a happy new year. Thank you for watching. Leave a like if you did, and leave any other comments you have down below. Apart from that, hopefully see you in the next one. Bye bye.